Hi guys, this is Jubiese. Welcome back. The last two sessions we first talked about sole proprietor. That's when one person forms a company, and then we went and discussed a partnership. This is where two people come together to advance their business goals. Today we want to discuss about company. So what is a company? A company is a commercial business, which is a type of business structure that is a separate legal entity from its owners. In other words, I can have Jubiese Limited. So Jubiese Limited and Richard Jubiese are two different people. Legally, we are very different. The company is like a person, and I am also a person. In other words, it's a complex business structure with high setup and admin costs. There's also reporting requirements, and then there's also high level of legal obligations. The company has its own rights, it has its own obligations, and then it has also its own responsibilities. So a company can hire, can fire, a company can work on its own. A company is supposed to do the returns annually. A company is supposed to have audited financial reports. A company is supposed to file for returns, for taxes. That's what a company is all supposed to do. So let's get advantages of a company. One, it is easy to raise capital than the other forms of businesses, like in the partnership or in the sole. It is very hard to raise capital, but here you can issue stocks, bonds, and you can also borrow funds from banks. The company can do all that. You have a good business plan. You just share with people, tell them I want to raise money to do ABCD. So it's easier for a company than for what? Than for the sole or the partnership. You can issue equity or debt. That is just a repetition of what we've said. Equity is where you can give people shares, so they can come on board and be shareholders. You can decide if your company has you can issue 1,000 shares at 1,000 shillings each. So that company will be 1 million shillings. So you can decide to give out 10 shares. 10 shares, that is 10,000. So you can decide to give out to issue equity, to give out equity, like to have people get a part of your company. Or again, you can also decide to give out debts. Debts means you can decide to borrow money, and then you can give back at an agreeable interest rate. Another advantage of a company, people can come and invest with you. People can look at it and then they can also come and invest with you. Something else is the company helps you minimize personal liability. In the sole proprietor, if you fall into debt, the company falls. If your business falls into debt, your things can be auctioned. But in the company, when the company falls into debt, the company is just auctioned, and then you are very safe. Nobody gives you a lot of nonsense. There's also easy transfer of ownership. In the sole or in the partnership, you are the owner. Transferring that becomes hectic. But in the company, you can always transfer ownership. You can just give out shares. You can sell your shares to somebody else, and then the person can just become the owner. In the company, there's business continuity. In the sole or in the partnership, when you die, the business comes to an end. But here, even if you die, the other guys will just continue. The company continues for a long period of time. Another issue about companies, it gives you the professional status. When somebody comes to talk to you, they talk to you under the umbrella of the company. And in the company, there's the structure, there's the management, there's everybody. So it gives you the professional outlook. When you know that you're meeting a company, it's different than you meeting just somebody, some sole proprietor, because your thinking might be, these are just some briefcase businesses. The last one, or last but not least, part of it is there's also tax efficiency and planning in the company. Because in the company, I'll give 30%. Like for us, our corporate tax is 30% in Kenya. If you compare that to the sole proprietor, where I will pay at a graduated scale, you'll realize that I'll pay more than the 30% in the company. That's one thing you need to understand. In the company, there's also higher remuneration, then less tax. It's called tax avoidance, where you look at loopholes in the business or in the tax, and then you take advantage of them. So you can decide to pay yourself more salaries, so that at the end of the day, your profit will be minimized. And if your profit is minimized, you'll pay less than the 30%. There's credibility and trust in the company. If they know the trust, they're working with the company, you guys are serious. Your guys are serious lot. Investment and lending opportunities, talked about that. There's protection of company name. Once you're registered JBSA Limited, nobody else will register JBSA Limited in this place. You understand? Last but not least, a company is among the best forms of business. Let's look at one of the disadvantages. It's not a disadvantage as such, but setting up a company is expensive. You will use around 20,000 shillings. You know, in the sole proprietor, you use less than 1,000 shillings. Here, you lose at least around 20,000 shillings. So how do you start? How do you form a company? You will search for the name, and then you'll reserve the name, and then you'll fill the CR1, CR12, CR8, and then the statement of nominal capital. Then you will do the application for the registration. After that, ladies and gentlemen, you will get a certificate of incorporation. Once you get a certificate of incorporation, you'll apply for a PIN. You fill up at KRA. Once you apply for a PIN at KRA, the next thing is you open a business. You open a bank account. Once you have a bank account, you start trading, guys. You start trading. So whether your style is sole proprietor, your contentment is partnership, or you feel like you can do a company, any business formation that you feel like you want to take, ladies and gentlemen, what is important is not even in the formation, it's in the trading. Do it. Get out and start doing it. Get your things and sell. Get your services and sell. That's it. For any question, or if you guys have anything that you feel like we want to talk about, you can just comment, or you can ask me any question, or you can just call me. My numbers are in my bios. I wish you the best, and if you've not subscribed, kindly remember to subscribe, share, and let's talk again. Ciao and God bless you.